Hi there, Debbie Nigro here, Chief Executive Girlfriend, FirstWivesWorld.com. And my guest today is comedy writer Jeffrey Gurian, who actually wrote the book Filthy, Funny, and Totally Offensive Jokes, so dirty that comedians and entertainers can only tell each other. And I don't know what he's going to say here. I don't know what he's going to say here in front of all these people in public, but we're going to give it a shot.
I'm not even mentioning the book. Have you ever met an author who didn't like the title of his book? I'm embarrassed to tell people that I
wrote that book
called Filthy, Funny, and Totally Offensive. But there's a reason for it.
Tell me the reason.
The reason is I spent many years writing material for the Friars Roast, which, as you know, raise money for charity. And once a year we get a big celebrity, somebody like Donald Trump comes. In a few days we're doing Pat Cooper.
He was here.
Lisa Lamp. Well, I'm not surprised. You get big stars on your show.
That's why you're here.
And a lot of celebrities come and they say the filthiest things they could think of about the person. For some reason, people like to hear that stuff, and we raise lots of money for charity. And I write those filthy things. But that's the other part of my life. I am divorced. I'm part of the club. And, but I have a real perspective on that because it's very important that people understand certain things to get through the pain of divorce. Even though it was my idea, there was a lot of pain involved. I had two little girls that were my heart, that meant the world to me. They still do. And
how old are they now?
They're older than I am, which is something I can't even imagine how that happened. They're all grown up, which is a really bizarre concept to me. I can't figure that out.
I can't believe I'm a parent either.
So,
all right, so you're divorced? You're divorced how long?
I'm divorced a long time, more than 15 years.
And what's been going on through that time?
I've been having a lot of fun. I've been leading the life that I had wanted to live before. But I have to say, in terms of your show, I'm very, very grateful to my ex-wife. There are certain things that I wanted to bring out because she gave me the two children that I have.
Nice gift.
An amazing gift. And she allowed me to have the experience of being married, which I never did again. You know, not that I wouldn't, but I never did it again. So I owe her a tremendous debt of gratitude for trusting me enough to marry me when she did. We met very young.
How old?
Like I was in dental school at the time. I was in my 20s.
Yeah. You were a dentist.
Yeah, I did a lot of strange things in my life.
So you were a dentist and now you're a comedy writer.
Right. Well, I was always doing both. I'm a professor at a major university in New York in oral medicine and orofacial pain. And I'm on the board of this interesting group called the Association for Spirituality and Psychotherapy. And I'm very involved in healing work and energy. And somehow I managed to combine that with a career in comedy, because comedy is putting out positive energy to the world, right?
Oh, you don't have to sell me on that. I live
thing,
that every day.
Yeah, what nicer thing can you do than make people laugh, right?
So the spiritual side of divorce, you have something really meaningful you want to say about that.
I do.
And
I do.
I'm not going to stall.
Okay. We're not the best judges of what's good and bad in our lives. Sometimes things happen that we label bad. Like, for instance, my divorce created a lot of pain. But my ex-wife went on to remarry and had 3 other children besides the 2 that she had with me. 2 she adopted and 1 was her own. And those 2 little children needed to be adopted and that little girl needed to be born. And none of that could have happened had I stayed. Now, you don't know that at the time that you're going through this.
Right.
You're going through, all you know is that there's a lot of pain and people are crying and it's terrible. But in retrospect...
You don't go to the holidays anymore.
I do. I'm invited to her home for the holidays. I go to temple with my ex-wife and my kids because she married a guy who's not Jewish.
So you like rented a Jew for the temple.
Exactly.
Right.
And he's the Shabbos guy, whatever. He turns off the lights.
So this is very interesting. It's how blended families function.
I have a big extended family now, and it's all due to certain spiritual principles. I lived up to my responsibilities as a father. I put my children through school. I was never late with a payment. I let them live in the house. I didn't take away the house. I wanted them to grow up exactly the way they would if I was there. I try to lead my life according to certain principles.
Right.
These are ancient spiritual principles about doing the next right thing.
So your advice to everybody who's listening, who is going through or has gone through this process, from your perspective, is it had to happen, so don't beat yourself up.
Not everyone is meant to be in your life forever.
Ah.
You meet people for a reason. and you never made a mistake in your life is a very important spiritual principle. You met the person because you were supposed to. You were hoping that you'd be able to stay together forever, but not everything works out that way because, as I said, not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a certain amount of time to teach you a lesson or for you to teach them a lesson. Sometimes the lesson is maybe as simple as what I don't want in my life anymore.
Very poignant point, and I'm sure that the listening audience and our viewers will appreciate hearing that.
I hope so, because a lot of healing goes on when you incorporate these principles into your life, and that's why I wound up with a big extended family.
And what's on your website?
JeffreyGurian.com, JeffreyGurian.com, and it's all there.
So you can come to you if we need dental work, advice, or a laugh.
Yeah, right.
Okay? We're good.
What a bizarre
JeffreyGurian.com.
thing.
Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you.